You're now watching The Wash Daily. Celebrity traveler Rick Steves is weighing in on his point of view on cannabis. What he's saying is that cannabis legislation is racist. He said people should be able to smoke cannabis as their constitutional right. You know, cannabis has been demonized and been used to put people in jail and ruin their lives and ruin their careers. It's ridiculous that we're still allowing that to happen. And Rick Steves is taking the opportunity to use his platform to speak about this particular topic. What he's saying is he's going to be doing a tour of parts of the country that are most anti-cannabis. Rick Steves for 20 years has been a self-described cannabis soldier and has been working with NORML, the National Organization of Marijuana Legalization, and he feels it's his duty to take a stand on this topic. He doesn't necessarily encourage cannabis smoking, but cannabis use for sure, and absolutely hemp, and hemp's place in the commercial industries of the world. Also in news, hemp as food is interesting because while the entire hemp plant is considered food, the FDA does not allow adding cannabis or CBD to other food items, even though the entirety of the cannabis plant can be used for food. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense to say that cannabis is food unless you're using it in food. It's so weird. But cannabis is food. Cannabis is probably the best food known to man. It has omegas, has protein, has fiber, has amino acids, and it's obviously designed for the human body's consumption. And we're supposed to be eating it. There isn't healthier food on the planet. There isn't. So go out and eat some hemp. I like to get hemp seeds and put them in my yogurt. It's like very good. You know, there's a big move to get hemp utilized in the country. News media is telling us we're going to be having meat shortages and there might be food supply issues. Obviously, hemp would be the right thing to grow for eating. Also, when you grow hemp in soil, it acts as a photoremediator and it reduces CO2 emissions. Also in news, U.S. researchers are looking at hemp as a way to potentially reduce the amount of algae in the waterways of Florida. What they're saying is, over time, they've created a situation in Florida where they're prone to having outbreaks of bacteria, and that leads to fish dying and all kinds of problems, red tide, you can't eat the shellfish. And so, because of the hemp industry, they have a few ideas on how to deal with the problem. The problem with the algae is there's excessive amounts of nitrogen and phosphorus in the waterways. And so what they're hoping to do, using hemp plants in conjunction with clay, and they're making these big mats that are designed to suck out excessive amounts of nitrogen and phosphorus in the water supply. Hoping this is going to help with the algae because that's what's feeding the algae. If they take away the food supply for the algae, they're hoping the algae will go away. Well, it's a very exciting way of dealing with some of Florida's water problems. A few years ago, BP had dumped Corexant into the ocean, and it was very devastating for a lot of the ocean life and for the residents of the Florida coast, and especially the Gulf of Mexico. It's encouraging that states are looking to hemp not to only solve their economic problems, but also the ecological ones as well. Thanks for watching The Wash Daily.